It was a cold winter night when Sarah, a young woman fresh out of college, moved into her first apartment. It was a cozy little place, nestled on the outskirts of town. The building had a certain charm, with creaky wooden floors and old-fashioned iron-cast windows. But there was something off about it, something Sarah couldn't quite place. No matter how hard she tried, the first few days passed uneventfully. She unpacked her things, organized her space, and decorated the apartment with pictures of her family and friends. But as the days wore on, strange things began to happen. At first it was subtle. A door she was sure she'd left ajar would be shut tight, or she'd hear footsteps when she was alone in the house. But when she checked, there was no one there. She tried to brush it off, just the old building settling, she thought. But then, one evening, as she was settling into bed, she heard it. Soft whispers, like voices carried on the wind. She sat up in her bed, heart racing, listening intently. The voices seemed to come from the walls, faint but unmistakable. She froze, her breath caught in her throat. "Who's there?" she whispered, though she didn't expect an answer. Marlowe chuckled. The whispering stopped for a moment. Then, in a low, menacing tone, a voice replied, "You shouldn't have come." Her curiosity kept her from running. The voice seemed to be calling to her, as if it knew her name. "Sarah," it whispered again, this time louder, more urgent. She felt a chill crawl up her spine as the whispers grew into frantic murmurs. Something inside her told her to leave, but she couldn't. The apartment felt like it was holding her hostage, pulling her deeper into its mystery. Determined to find out what was going on, Sarah spent the next few nights researching the building's history. She found a record in the local library that made her blood run cold. The apartment building had once been home to a family, a mother, father, and their young child. One night, the father had gone mad and killed them all before disappearing without a trace. The police never found him, but many said his spirit lingered, angry and restless, trapped within the walls of the building. That night, Sarah decided to confront the whispers. She stood in the center of the living room, her heart pounding in her chest. "I know what you are," she called into the silence, hoping to challenge the presence that haunted her. The whispers stopped. Then the voice spoke again, louder than ever before, as if it were coming from right behind her. "Leave, or you will be next." End quote. "Leave I shall, hold on to the wall, keep the friend, nor evil forces will be next." End quote. The apartment felt colder, the air thicker. Sarah spun around, but there was no one there. The door to the living room slammed shut, trapping her inside. Panic surged through her veins and she scrambled for the door, but it wouldn't budge. The whispers became a cacophony of screams, pleading and angry murmurs. She ran to the window, desperate to escape, but it wouldn't open either. Suddenly, she remembered the history, the father's rage. The whispers weren't just warnings, they were threats. The presence was real. With trembling hands, she grabbed her phone and called for help, but as she dialed, the lights flickered and went out. The darkness enveloped her, and in that instant she felt the cold hand of the spirit wrap around her wrist. She screamed, but no one would hear. The next morning, the landlord found the apartment empty. No signs of struggle, no broken windows, just an eerie silence, and the faintest whispers in the walls. Sarah's disappearance remains a mystery. Some say she left, unable to handle the haunting, while others believe she was taken by the spirits that lurk in the building. The apartment is still there, sitting in silence, waiting for its next tenant to make the same mistake Sarah did, to ignore the whispers and pay the price. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more spine-chilling tales that will keep you up at night.